Hey everyone, it's Emily and welcome to another speed build. Today we are actually starting kind of a new building series type of thing on the channel, but I'm basically going to be rebuilding Newcrest because I thought it would be fun to rebuild one of the neighborhoods in the game, or worlds I guess, and Newcrest is empty already, so I figured that's the perfect one to redo because it has basically like no theme to it that already exists, so I feel like it's more of a blank slate and we can just do whatever we want here. But I have some different ideas of how I want it to go. Right now we're building our first starter house. I'm gonna have another starter house that's right next to it. This one is on one of the 15 by 20 lots in Newcrest, and I'm gonna build another starter house right next to it at some point, but I'll probably spread it out a little bit just so we don't get starter housed out. And I actually built this house a while ago. If you kept up with my Not So Berry family, and yes I said kept in the past because we're done with the challenge and I still can't believe it, I'm in shock, but yeah, I used this for my Not So Berry family when I first started the blue generation and I moved that sim into her first house with her boyfriend at the time. I moved them into this house, so that's kind of why this house is very blue. Like, the outside is navy blue, but then the inside there's lots of blue furniture, so I highly recommend changing the color scheme on the inside unless you just really like blue, because I think that it's a bit much. But it worked out for my sim, and I feel like once you kind of have the budget down and you have all the structure there, it's really easy to just change swatches to fit your sim better, or switch out a few objects if you really don't like the ones I picked or are missing packs or something. But yeah, I didn't limit myself on any packs for this, and I probably won't for this series just because, especially with the houses, I'm going to be focusing on building on a budget. So even if it's not a starter house, I'm going to have like a house that's worth 30k and then a house that's worth like 40k and maybe 50k or something, because I feel like those are all reasonably attainable houses in the game just through regular gameplay. Even if you're not focusing too hard on building their career up, you're just kind of playing with your family, and as long as they have, like, you have two sims in your house that have a job, you should be able to afford those houses at some point in the game. Just want to build a little community that's good for gameplay. And I also don't use my own, or I do use my own builds, but I don't get to use a lot of my own builds because I build way more than I play the game. So I end up building a bunch of things that I'm never going to use, or I just build something for a random sim, and it's not like it's an issue, it's just that I want to use things sometimes. So I want to focus on building a lot of community lots too for this, and I feel like I'm not the best at community lots, so I kind of want to practice. So I feel like this is a good opportunity to do that too. I think that this area, I can actually kind of tell you, since we're in the smaller like starter area of Newcrest, I guess you could say, I'm gonna do 2 starter homes in the 2 smallest lots, and then I want to have 2 community lots that are in that area too. I think one of them is going to be a cafe. I've started building it already. It looks really cool. I'm really happy with it so far, but it still has a little ways to go. And then I want to build like a bar or a nightclub or something. Maybe not a nightclub, but like a bar, because I want to have this area be a very young area because we have the 2 starter houses that are going to be there. So that's kind of ideally where you would move in your sim to start off, and I want there to be other young adult sims living around there. And then I also want to build a townhouse complex type of thing in this area on the biggest lot in this section. If you know what Newcrest looks like, you probably know what I'm talking about, or if you like pulled up your game, you would probably see pretty clearly which lots I'm talking about. But yeah, I think I want to have, if not a bar, then maybe a restaurant. I don't know. But I definitely want to have something other than the cafe is like a very young, hip cafe type of thing. You'll see when I post the build. Maybe it'll be the next one that I post. I don't know. But I also have a house built that's in a different area, which is where I'm going to have my kind of like bigger family houses. None of these houses are really going to be that big because they're all supposed to be affordable in the game, and maybe you would add on to them, or maybe they come with some empty rooms Sims, like this house has 2 bedrooms, but one of them is unfurnished, and I think it has a closet in it, but other than that, it's unfurnished because I figured you would be moving a single Sim or maybe a couple into this house, and they wouldn't be having kids right away. They would just be working in their careers and living life and then have a kid at some point, and by the time they have the kid, they would have enough money to furnish the other room. That was my thought process anyway. But yeah, so we have that, and then the next starter house that I build will probably just be a 1-bedroom starter. So maybe I can get some more stuff in there. Maybe it'll be like a bachelor pad type of place. But yeah, then I want to build a townhouse, which isn't going to have the same budget that I'm going to be using for the other ones, just because you would have multiple, or maybe I will do a budget, I don't know. It depends on how many townhouses I do, because if I do 2, then I might give myself like 40K. Like a 40K budget. I feel like that makes sense, because if you were only to live in one of the houses, then that should be like 20K-ish. So if you have 2 Sims living in each house, then 40K makes sense. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I get there, but I'm really excited about this series because I have lots of ideas. I kind of have the whole map planned out. I think that I want to do a couple of restaurants. I want to have at least 1 bar. I want to have a public pool that's kind of in the more family home area, and I want to have a restaurant over there too that's like a family restaurant type place. And then I want to have 1 or 2 cafes. I like taking my Sims to cafes and restaurants a lot. Those are probably my favorite places to take Sims. And I also feel like we need a park in the family area, so I'll probably do that. And I want to have a wedding venue, but I don't know what to do with that. So if you guys have cool ideas for wedding venues, like not traditional wedding venues, or not like a wedding that's outdoors in a park, but like, I don't know, some kind of different idea is what I'm looking for, because I want something that's cool, and especially because I'm building this one part of Newcrest that's kind of like a starter area. I'm imagining that if you were to play and say like you were playing a family that they lived in Newcrest like their whole life, then they would kind of stay in this area when they're a young adult, and then they would get married and then maybe move to the family section, and there's like a whole strip of fun things to do in the middle, like kind of on that row of lots, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Let me know if you have any ideas for this or types of lots you would want to see, because I do have it planned out a little bit, but it's not perfectly planned out, and I'm definitely open to new ideas. So yeah, leave those in the comments because I would love to read them. I just yawned about 1,000,000 times and I have no idea why. I feel like, well, this is the second time that I'm recording this, because the first time I talked way too fast and I had nothing useful to say, but it was just like, I don't know, it was just a struggle. I feel like today was my first day of work, so I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm in a weird mood right now because I feel like I'm very tired because I've been doing stuff all day, but at the same time I feel like I haven't done anything all day because I haven't been doing anything I wanted to do all day, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I've been at work, I've been answering phones, I've been running around the office doing random things, but it's not like I've been, you know, working on something I actually wanted to, or like exercising, or I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't be tired, but I am, is basically my point. And, you know, I kind of like died inside a little bit earlier when I realized that, oh wait, I have to go to work again tomorrow? Like, that's how this works? I guess I'm just so used to going to class where, especially this semester, I only went to campus 2 days a week. So it was like 2 days a week for a few hours, and then I was home for the whole rest of the week, or I was, you know, I had free time. So it's much different to have to go somewhere from 9 to 5 every day, 5 days a week. And especially when I'm used to having a lot of time to, you know, do stuff on the computer, play Sims, build houses, do YouTube things. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. I'm not sure how I'm liking this schedule, and I might have to rethink my daily uploads. So that's kind of why, ooh, I changed my intro, so let me know if you guys like it. I like it, I think it's cool, but obviously I changed it. But yeah, I'm kind of working on redoing my channel art a little bit. I feel like I just did this, but I want to do it again. I don't know. I always find new things that I like, so I'm just kind of trying lots of things right now and seeing what I end up liking the best so that I can hopefully have some kind of consistency at some point, but it's okay. But yeah, let me know what you think of the new intro. I think I said like new videos most days because I don't know if daily uploads are going to be a consistent thing. That's kind of my goal, but it's not gonna be the end of the world to me if I don't post one day because I run out of time. But I'm gonna do my best, guys. And I'm pretty sure that I want to make this series, this like Newcrest building whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet because I feel like everyone says building Newcrest is their series. So I want to do something else, but I don't know. But anyway, let me know if you guys like this idea, if you have any ideas for what to put in Newcrest, and I think I want to do this once a week. So I'm gonna have my designer renovations as like a once a week thing, and then this as a once a week build series, and then that'll be good. So I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited too, and that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Bye!